Yo, it's your boy Sav, and I ain't did a video in a little bit. I'm gonna do a little Stephen A type rant right here. Uh All-Star weekend was garbage. It was better. It was better, but it was garbage. Now I'm gonna tell you why it was garbage, and I'm gonna tell you why it was better. I always like the celebrity game because you see people who don't hoop get out there and do their thing to try to play. You know, It's dope. I don't remember who the dude that his name that won it. It's like his second year in a row. I ain't watched Celebrity Game in a couple years. I ain't gonna lie, but I like checking out the highlights and shit. I saw Glorilla. I saw White Chocolate. I saw Taco Fall going off. And if you was doing that before, doing that in the Celebrity Game, Taco Fall, you could do that in the game. Shit, man. What you doing, Taco? That's all I'm saying. Um, but a few people was going off. Few people was going off, doing their thing. I'm gonna go back and watch the highlights again. I haven't. I was watching the game at one point, but I got caught up. I was doing some stuff with the family, and so I didn't really get to see the game. So I'm gonna go back see the highlights. Probably go see the full version of the game. I know I recorded it, and then I didn't really watch the Rising rookie game and shit like that. And I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch all of it. Normally, I watch it when it happens live, but stuff with the family wasn't able to watch it. But I did watch the skills competition. Shout out to the Knicks. We won that shit. Woo woo. Cat, JB, Jalen Brunson hit the three that put us ahead. That's why we call him Cap. And then Cat came through, bang, knocked another one in, put it even farther in the league. You know what I mean? That's what we do. That's what we do. Knicks, man, because Corey Maggette and his people was trying to come through. But I didn't like the celebrity passer. Drewski was trying to throw that bitch like Patrick Mahomes. That nigga was throwing it like he was Mark Sanchez. That motherfucker was just fucking up the passes, bro. What are you doing, man? Throw a regular pass. And why did they even have celebrity passers? Go get you like they did with the Knicks. And you know what? One of my boys, he was watching it with one of my boys. He was like, hey, man, maybe the Knicks just picked the right celebrity passer. I was like, no, they picked the NBA coach that played in the NBA before. Rick Brunson is Jalen Brunson's father. He played in the NBA. And he's an NBA coach now. He know how to throw passes. So they should have had NBA players for all the other ones to throw passes, not Drewski and fucking Anthony Anderson and shit like that. What the fuck are we doing here? They do that on the celebrity night. Now we in the skills challenge. You can't be having people that are not passers every fucking day. I'm sorry, I'd be cursing and stuff. You can't be having people that don't do this every day and then putting them in there because they practice for a couple of days. No, it's not. You go get somebody that does this. They should have went and got, if they wanted to have a passer, a random passer, go get he hurt and I don't like him, but you can go get Tyrese Halliburton. You know what I mean? Darren Fox is not bad. He can pass the ball. There's quite a few people that can pass the ball in the league. Hey, if you want to get a celebrity passer that just retired, go get Chris Paul. And he's from the Clippers, and he played at the Clippers. And they was in LA at the Intuit Dome. Go get Chris Paul. That'll NBA will be able to show some type of tribute to something. The 3-point competition, I can't believe Dame Lillard won it. I'm not saying I can't believe Dame Lillard won it because I can't believe Dame Lillard won it. Yeah, I can believe Dame Lillard won it, but he just been hurt all year. He ain't been playing. So he came to play. Maybe he been playing the last couple of games, but I ain't seen him. Last I heard, he was hurt. So he came and won the 3-point competition. And then, I can't, what was it, Devin Booker? Devin Booker missed 3 straight shots. Devin Booker should have won that shit, but he missed 3 straight shots. And Dame Lillard won that shit, man. It's crazy, right? I don't know why they had Bobby Portis in it. I get it because every year you got to have somebody that's he's shooting 43. Let's put him in there and shit. But they had a lot of stupid ass choice. And let's move forward. Let's move forward because I have nothing else to say about the 3-point competition. The dunk contest. I'm somebody that love watching the dunk contest all year. All the time. And you know what? That shit been garbage for a long time. And I ain't going, you know what? Hold that thought. I'll be right back. Brief intermission. I had to get my pork butt. My pork ass, my pork booty. But look, I'm somebody that always liked the dunk contest, and they say, that's the older person. They like dunk contest. Other people like 3-point contest. I like all of it. I like the skills challenge, the 3-point contest, the celebrity, the rookie, the All-Star game. I like all the All-Star weekend. But I did grow up on the dunk contest being something on Saturday night, and dunk contest is garbage. Garbage. The problem with the dunk contest is, one, you got the dude in there that because his dad is Jason Richardson, all right, let's put him out there. No, that don't mean he's Jason Richardson. Like, no, that don't mean he dunked. It's funny because the best dunk, I think the best dunk that was in that competition was the dunk that he did when he fell down. I ain't gonna lie, it looked like that was gonna be something. All these other dunks was just garbage. And the crazy part is, I get that, they're NBA players, they're jumping up, dunking between their legs and shit like that. But come on now. NBA players get more athletic. They're supposed to get more creative. They're supposed to have more than 4 dunks in a fucking season to get into the dunk contest. What are we doing here? And this is some bullshit that this is flying. And that's why I say I think Adam Silver is an alien. I think he's an alien that they talk about. If you listen to the Canadian Prime Minister and some other people, he's a fucking alien. On his planet, this is how they play basketball. Not on our planet. No. He's one of them tall grays. Because after David Stern would never. You hear me? David Stern would never have all these games behind the paywall. You got to get Peacock. You got to get Prime. You got to get YouTube TV. You got to do this. You got to do that. David Stern would have been. If David Stern had the chance, and I guess it's not David Stern on this one, but he'd have put his influence in to make sure that either the games were still on TNT so they could still have Inside the NBA on TNT, or he'd have been trying to put his influence in, hey, man, on ESPN, it should have no way that the fucking show was up for so long. Everybody was talking about giving a farewell and nobody knew what network they were going to go to. Bullshit. Bullshit. Fucking up this pork butt. This pork ass. But No, man. No, man. It's not right. We know it's not right. And something is wrong with fucking Adam Silver. You need to get checked. You're fucking up the game. And you know what? The All-Star game wasn't the worst. It was good because they showed competition. They showed fight. I don't understand why in the first game, Anthony Edwards is jumping it up with Victor Wembanyama. I also don't understand why Cade Cunningham is guarding he was guarding what, Jokic? I think that's who he's guarding. In fact, some things we don't switch on. Some things, we got to have a solid coach be like, nah. If Jokic come out, you don't switch Durant. You hold that big butt. That's your assignment tonight. And that's the problem. Everybody switch now. Everybody just. And I get it. Mismatches and stuff like that. Different times, see a different look. Sometimes you got to have a person where, hey, if this dude is getting 25 shots a night, this guy is guarding him 20 of those times. Especially so that's just about the first game. They said Wemby set the tone, but this is USA, America. Y'all should have came out and set the tone. Why is Wemby from France coming out and set the tone? This is exactly why they made it that whole fucking format, which is stupid, but I will get to that. So, Wemby set the tone. Shout out to Wemby for setting the tone. I done fuck with Wemby since before he was in the NBA. I kept telling people he's going to be the truth. And I stand on that. His first game, it was like, oh, he made a couple of plays. It was like, oh, I don't know. And then he started showing out. I'm talking about preseason. Fuck the season. I was watching him then. But then they shut him down early because they knew he was going to be the GOAT. But that's all right. And he still got a chance to be the GOAT. But Wemby set the tone. They end up going to overtime the first game. It was like 37-37, something like that. They only needed 5 points in the overtime. I couldn't believe that's all they needed. I thought they would have needed like at least 10 or 11. But they needed 5. And, Edwards did his thing. Wemby did his thing. And Scotty Barnes did his thing. Scotty Barnes pulled out of nowhere. Scotty Barnes pulled out, I think it's his first All-Star year, I'm pretty sure, from Toronto. They passed him that ball. He hit that 3. He did his job. You can't get mad at him. And that's facts. Big facts. So, and then the second game, it was what? The USA versus the world, something like that. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up right on here. Not pull it up, but we're gonna see. NBA Star Game 2026. First of all, why are we looking that up? I didn't like it. The reason why I didn't like it is for 2 things. One, they're talking about people playing more and giving their effort and shit like that. yada yada, blase. But the truth is, that's disgusting. There's no way a person that gets paid $8 million a year, I mean, you can't show your effort at an all-star game you were selected to because your team is doing good because you're balling, right? And this is for the fans that help pay your salary. All right, what are we talking about here? That's crazy. That's why it's trash. The fact that they had to change this format and do it like that so that people play harder. What are we talking about here? So, because the season is not over with. I mean, because you had a break through the middle. The season is not over with. I mean, and we, support the fans that support you. That's what I'm saying. People understood that before. Now these players don't understand that anymore. Crazy. Crazy shit, crazy. Don't even make sense. Anyway, move on. You know what? In the game, what is it loading up like that for? Everything behind a fucking paywall. Everything is loading up, but I think it said, I thought it said, because I watched the highlights and I remember. Let's see what this should load up. But it looked like it was the Stripes versus the World, the Stars versus the World, 1 or 2. Yeah, so Anthony Edwards was supposed to get the MVP because USA. He won it. We go down to the bottom, right? Because all right, it's the overtime game I was talking about, but they had defense. They did have defense, and the young USA Gunners won it. Now ain't matter, right? So now, Scotty Barnes hit the 3. That's what you're talking about. So the stripes and stripes. I don't know which one was the old ones, but they say old ones. But they had my boy JB on the team, and they had other people on the team, so it wasn't really old. They had Donovan Mitch, I think, and Jaylen Brown, so it wasn't really old. Oh, now these videos popped in. Because that's what LeBron said when they won. Oh, the old ones with the win and shit like that. So let's get back up there. Right. This one, blah, blah, blah. Kevin Durant. Look, Kawhi Leonard came to play. We can't get mad at Kawhi Leonard. And this is one of the reasons the NBA changed, but it's not his fault. They accepted the deal, and he probably told them, hey, this is what I'm, if I feel hurt, I'm going to shut it down and preserve my career. But I can come out and give you 30 and 15 at any night. And win the game for you. Yeah, the Clippers, all right, boost, whatever. No. I'm not going to play the video to be copyright. That's fine. I don't need that. Right. De'Aaron Fox won the game winning 3 for this game. This is what I'm talking about. This is the difference between Kobe, LeBron, and Mike. And Kobe told LeBron this It was maybe like the All-Star Game 2012, something like that, because Melo was on the Knicks. And he passed it up then. You are LeBron James. You got the ball. You break that motherfucker down, and either you shoot the three for the win or you take it to the basket for the fucking win. You don't pass the ball. They want to see you score, LeBron. I get you made the right decision. I get it. You made the right decision. You passed it to D. Mitch. He passed it to Fox. But it depended on you. It depended on Mitch passing it to Fox and Fox making the shot. Whereas you could have drove it down to the hole and dunked on that bitch. You know what I mean? You might not have been one. They might not have won. They would have still playing. Or you could have drove it down to the hole and then you kicked that ball out to him and he hit that three. Because he was in the corner already. He just had to slide over. So, but that's the difference because we all know Kobe would have took it. Win, lose, make it, whatever. It would have been a good shot, or it looked like it could have went in, even if it's a crazy shot. And Jordan would have took it. And I think Magic would have took it too. And LeBron stood up there and say, I'm Magic, I make the right pass. But I think Magic would have took that shot too. So, LeBron, that's the difference. Even though you're the great. You've been doing stuff for 20-something years, killing the game. I can't take credit from you where credit is due. So, and at one point, I didn't really like LeBron like that, but man. But that's because I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan. All right. Stripes and World, Karl Anthony Towns, blah, 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 blah. Rimrock from I ain't never seen it.
He's turned 27 years old.
On JB. Man, he did it on JB. It's crazy.
There. Hard to believe that Luka, by the way.
But Kawhi came 11 straight points. Put the Stripes in the lead. Look, Kawhi came to play.
Switch with Towns. This is the matchup they want.
He coming to play at the right time in his zone.
Step back three.
Excuse me, on Towns. On fucking
straight cash.
a Nick, you know what I mean? So two Knicks had back-to-back bad plays. Because Wembanyama dunked on, he didn't dunk on JB, but he spent on JB and dunked it. And now Kawhi, shot a three over motherfucking Towns and shit, right? But the real travesty is the fact that the championship game, Kawhi scored 1 point. And the fact that we got to do this bullshit to get people to play. Somebody said, hey, put some money up. They could play. How you going to put some money up for $1 million already? What? This is what they do. They still getting paid. But they don't see it that way. And I don't know what they're going to do about it, but it was garbage, but it was better. So we're going in the right direction. But all right, y'all. This your boy Sad. Peace. Y'all take it easy. Later.